Well, hello there. Welcome to Bulldog 580 Sports Chat.
Hey guys.
Happy Friday.
Yes, definitely happy Friday. Thank God. 5 Mondays this week was just not cool.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. Never ending week from hell.
Well, at least it wasn't just me. Been a while since we had the Jeffers on.
Yeah, this is allergy season for me right now. My allergies have been kicking my ass for the last 2 weeks.
Change of season, definitely that'll happen.
We went from really cold to really hot real quick. So everything just went and started blooming right off the bat.
Well, all right. To the nuns of the ones of the twos that are not watching, we'll start with the quick NBA playoffs.
Lakers aren't in.
Did they?
No, I'm sorry. Golden State's not in. Lakers are in.
Yeah. I was like, Lakers got Denver to start off with.
Yep. And Denver's going to win it all again.
And the Bulls lost tonight to the Heat, so they're gone.
They lost to the Heat without Butler?
Yeah, they got smoked. They got smoked by the Heat.
Wow. I haven't had a chance to look at scores yet.
Pun intended or no, Jeff?
What's up?
Smoked by the Heat?
Oh, yeah, they got smoked, all right. Well done, I'll tell you that. They turned out well done.
But who was the other team? There was the other play-in game that really – I just don't like the play-in games.
I don't understand the play-in games. Is it just? I think it's just more
more
revenue
action,
for the NBA.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's more revenue. Yep.
Kind of like I didn't understand that mid-season tournament that they had. I couldn't figure that one out for the life of me.
They're trying to be like soccer.
I don't like it.
That's where they got the model from, is from soccer. They're trying to have it like, mid-season soccer. They have some weird tournament over in, I don't know, England somewhere. I don't know. I just know it has to do with soccer from what I heard.
I didn't even know the tournament was going on. I guess it was like 2 months worth.
Was it that long, really?
Yeah, well, it wasn't short.
No, it was a while, and it was just, I don't know.
Playing on funky courts and funky uniforms, and yeah.
I don't think the NBA's had like real uniforms for many of years. I feel like every game is some team is wearing a funky ass uniform. Just go back to the home whites, road darks,
and one alternate.
Yeah. Maybe San Antonio. San Antonio is always rocking the fucking same ones. It seems to me like, at least.
Well, all the sports leagues are getting the baseball has what is it? City Connect.
City Connects. Yeah.
Some of the City Connects are pretty cool though.
Street version.
Some of the Connects are pretty good though.
I'll say the NHL's had their reverse retro for a while.
Since we're on the NBA, anyone kept up with who was that guy? Porter, suspended for life?
Forever, yeah.
No, I missed this one.
Yeah, so that's, again, I was telling you, that's Michael Porter Jr.'s brother, who is on the Denver Nuggets. He actually went to high school up here for his senior year. Michael Porter Jr. was here for his senior year, and his brother did 2 years here. Yeah, crazy. Why would you bet on your own team? Like, you just can't do that. You can't bet on your own team. If you're gonna bet, don't bet on your own team or your own sport for that matter. I think as long as you're not betting on your own sport, you should be fine.
Well, and he was. I guess they found at least one game where he limited himself to help them.
Yeah, he played for like 3 minutes and like came out with a bad back or something like that.
You think his brother's going to be involved in this? Anything will come out with his brother?
I hope not. But I mean, the microscope's on him now. If he was doing something, he's not doing it anymore.
Yeah, and I guess they've been investigating this a while. This wasn't a, like a quick Ohtani thing that happened. I guess they've been investigating him for a while.
Oh yeah. Well, and they had even mentioned something about it just like the week before. They were like, there was a weird betting line on this guy that never plays. All of a sudden, yeah, the betting line was shown. I don't know. It's crazy. I just don't see why you would do it. I just don't. Sad.
Trying to make that quick money.
Well, yeah, because he's a D leaguer. He's not he wasn't really. He was only like on a short contract, if I'm not mistaken.
I wonder how much money he owes bookies and shit.
Right. Exactly. He probably has a problem himself, and he's trying to get his ass out of trouble.
You think he's got Ohtani's interpreter as helping him out?
I've heard Ohtani speaks fucking just fine English. By the way, he just doesn't want to speak it like in public. He speaks completely fine, from what I understand. Jeff Passett, but from what I understand, he speaks okay English. He knows what the fuck. Like, I don't think he was in the middle of that. I think he got royally fucked. I think is what happened.
Ended up coming out what, 16 million?
Yeah, like he got him good.
I mean, how do you not notice 16 million out of your accounts?
Bro, when you have that much money, why do you even look at your accounts? Like, if I had that much money, I would never look at my accounts. I would know that I have a lot of money and I can go buy whatever I want, whenever I want.
Yeah,
I'm not going to look at that.
Looking at my account. I'm still looking at the account.
Dude, to be honest with you, I don't think I would. I don't think I would look at the account.
I want to know how much I was making off the interest alone.
Right, exactly. Just the interest. You could live very comfortably off that.
Yeah,
let alone.
Okay. It's okay. Go ahead. Go bet, buddy. I don't know you. Say it in Spanish. I mean, Japanese.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a bad deal, though. That's a really bad deal. I don't think Ohtani was involved. I really don't. He's got to be smart enough to fucking not throw away the bag for that.
And if he was, do you think MLB covers it up? I bet they would.
I do. Yes, I bet you they cover it up.
In a fucking hot minute, they'd cover that up.
They might
already be doing that now. Who knows? They might already be doing that.
This
guy might just be a fall guy. Who knows? I don't know. Ohtani seems
thing again.
Right. Ohtani seems pretty straight, though, in my opinion. I don't think he'd do that. P. Rose, I could see P. Rose doing it. Like, I really could.
Well, yeah, look at his nickname.
Charlie Hustle.
That's what I'm saying. Like, P. Rose is definitely, you can see him doing that. Now, I don't know.
Pete was at least betting for his team to win.
Right, exactly. He wasn't betting against his team, supposedly. No, but Pete never bet against himself. No way.
Yeah, I don't see him with his ego doing that.
No way, exactly. He's sharp as a tack still at 81 years old. We'll get to that maybe later on in the podcast, but he's sharp as a tack. He put a couple little one-liners in there when they were talking on this podcast I was watching. It's pretty damn entertaining.
All right, we're going to move to a little more of Jeff's forte here.
Yep.
The NHL playoffs. Blackhawks are out. Well, let's go ahead and cover the NHL play-in games.
There are no NHL play-in games. They're not the NBA.
They're not?
No, there's not, Max. There's not. NBA is the only one that does that shit.
I knew hockey didn't play that. So I don't even know who's in the playoffs, to be honest with you.
Well, you got your basic same teams that you always have. A lot of Canadian teams this year, which I was impressed of in the Western Conference. In fact, out of all the teams in the Western Conference, I'm going to go with there's going to be a Canadian team in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Wow.
I have this suspicion that Winnipeg is going to end up playing probably Vancouver to go to the Stanley Cup Finals. I think you're going to get a
Wow.
Western Canadian Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, Vancouver's good again this year, aren't they?
Yeah, Vancouver's real good. They're
They're
really
good every
stepped
year, it
up.
seems like, though.
What's up?
It seems like Vancouver's pretty good every year. It seems like they're a perennial playoff team, it seems like.
Yeah, they just can never get over the hump. They always end
Right.
up doing something in the playoffs, but I think they have the team this year to actually to get above that. Now, it's funny because Dallas was number 1 seed in the in their division, but I don't know. There's a lot of scrub teams in the Western Conference. The Eastern Conference is a stacked league right now.
Yeah, Florida's stacked, period. Both teams,
Florida,
I guess, are pretty
Carolina,
good, right?
you got Carolina stacked. I mean, hell, you would think with Patrice Bergeron retiring from the Bruins that the Bruins were going to take a step back, but no, they were still.
Are they still number 1?
They were
East?
number 2 to the New York Rangers, who just New York
Rangers.
Rangers
Oh, okay.
were the best. They were the President's Trophy winners, best record in the NHL.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty
But
good.
they also
I didn't
have
realize they were okay.
Well, they got a 2-headed monster in goalie with Igor Shesterkin, and then they picked up Jonathan Quick from he was in Vegas last year, and then future Hall of Famer with the Kings. But Jonathan Quick has found the fountain of youth in New York City, and he's playing to his Stanley Cup days.
So both goalies are just really hot this year?
Oh, they're phenomenal. Yeah, because you can play back-to-backs, and you're basically not throwing. You have 2 number 1s on your team, which is dangerous because if one slumps, the other one's going in, and you're going to be just fine.
Yeah, that's tough for the playoffs too.
So, I mean, it could easily be a New York. I'm kind of going with New York and Winnipeg. For some reason, I think the Jets end up winning that series against Vancouver if they play 7 games. I'll go 7 games.
And Vancouver would have home ice on that, right?
What's up?
If they get to that, Vancouver would have home ice?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I don't know. It'd be nice to see the Rangers in there, But I'm looking at the records. I'm like, there's not much difference between the top 4 teams in each conference.
No, there isn't.
There wasn't a runaway. I mean, you're looking at points. The Rangers had 3 more points over Carolina, which was 1 more point over Florida, which was 1 more point over Boston.
Uh-huh.
You go into the Western Conference, Dallas was 3 points over Winnipeg, which was 1 point over Vancouver, which was 2 points over Colorado.
Right.
There's the top 4. There's not a big, actually in the top 5, there's not a huge difference. I think I'd be bold to say, but I'm going to go with Boston and Winnipeg. And I'm only saying Boston because I took Boston in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to break down because I don't see a bracket in front of me here.
Well, we definitely know Toronto's not getting out of the first round because they never get out of the first round.
Yeah,
now you just jinxed it.
See, I want Toronto to win. I want the Maple Leafs to win, but I don't ever think that's going to happen. They're just not built for the playoffs. They got too much superpower that they just don't gel.
Right. Okay. So much. Okay. So I'm gonna say Boston and let's see, the Sabres. Yep. Sabres make it to the finals against Boston. Yep. In the East and in the West, let me see here. Oh, my team didn't make it again. What?
Seattle? Yeah, They
we sucked
slumped.
this year. Yeah, they were horrible this year. Well, let me rephrase that. Every time that I looked at the score, they lost.
Yeah, they're still better
So-
than Blackhawks, though. The Blackhawks were brutal.
Hey, but at least the Hawks were better than San Jose.
Not by much, but yes, you're right.
That
San
bad
Jose
for
is
Chicago, huh?
What's up?
That bad for Chicago, huh?
Yeah, the Blackhawks they're in a tough stretch. They're not as bad as the I call them the medieval years where it was some really bad hockey, like maybe 3,000-4,000 fans a game showing up. But it's pretty bad. If it wasn't for Connor Bedard, I don't think you'd have a lot of people at the games because there's nothing good about the team. They're not competitive. You just are watching Bedard because he's a 17-year-old phenom.
Right. He's pretty good, though.
He's real good. He's going to win the Calder Cup.
You still think he'll win that after missing, 8 weeks with the jaw?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, he's pretty much locked in to win the Calder this year.
That's the Rookie of the Year, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that kid, I heard he's amazing. I've seen some of his highlights, man. What he can do with the puck that's amazing to me.
Well, the reports coming out because the Wings missed the playoffs by literally record-wise. If Washington didn't win that game, Detroit was going to the playoffs, but Patrick Kane would have been back in the playoffs. Now, he only signed a 1-year deal. He could sign wherever he wants going into next year. I wouldn't be surprised if the Hawks made a play to bring him on the team to work with Bedard.
I was reading a report on that just the other day that, there's a chance he could come back.
I'd be all for it. I mean, he still has chops. I mean, he still has his house here in Chicago. So, you think after a 2-year bouncing around from 2 different teams that maybe he'd want to just come back home, finish the rest of his career in Chicago.
Now I didn't
watch
him
there. Why
play,
not?
but how did you watch him at all? How was his hip after getting it shaved?
He looked good. I mean, he still has a stick handling ability. I think the speed wasn't there as it was in past years, but then again, he's got a lot of city miles on him, and with the hip, I think he'll be fine next year. I think after major surgery like that, it's going to take a little bit more than 6, 7, 8 months to, heal completely.
Yeah, he's probably still rehabbing that, I would assume.
Hey, look,
Yeah,
my
sure.
microphone can also be a beer can.
I noticed that. That's pretty badass.
Since we're on NHL, anyone follow Arizona's gone to Salt Lake?
Yeah, it's sad for the Desert Dogs. Now, what I was reading is
their bills.
What's up?
I heard they can't pay their bills.
Well, they're playing in a college rink. They're playing at Arizona State University.
God,
it holds like 5,000 fans. Now, granted, there were people there. I don't know. The Coyotes have never had real success in Arizona. The problem is
no,
it's not a hockey town. People just weren't paying attention. There's too many other things that they cared more about. Now, what I was reading about is even though Arizona's moving to Salt Lake City, they have to be considered an expansion team, which means
they don't get the name or anything.
They don't get the name. That's going to stay in Arizona. Arizona's got 5 years to resurrect the team. If they don't, then it's just considered done. Team is gone. But if they come back within that 5 years, they could use the Arizona Coyotes. The records are still there. It's basically but they will consider it to be expansion team, very similar to the Browns when they moved to Baltimore.
Yeah, the players and the personnel went, but everything else stayed.
Everything else stayed, and they had a certain amount of time to be the Browns again, but they had to be considered almost like an expansion team all over. You know, it would have to be new draft, special draft for the team. Basically, same team, but just a whole new staff, whole new everything.
Yeah, and look how good the Browns did in that scenario. I don't see Phoenix supporting them.
I don't think so either. They've been trying to build a new rink for the last 10 years, and it just hasn't happened.
Yeah, there's just not that support during this time of the year. Phoenix Suns. I mean, I'm shocked that the Southern hockey teams do as well as they do, like Florida. I'm surprised both of them do pretty decent.
There was a period where Florida didn't have anybody coming to that stadium. It was slim pickings. I mean, it would be easy to go to Miami and get a cheap ticket to go watch a hockey game. But I kind of feel like Florida is one of those fan bases. If you're not doing good, they don't really give a shit. They're going to go watch something else, whether it's the Miami Heat, who have been a decent team for a very long time, or pretty much the Dolphins, because, well, look at the Marlins, how bad they are. They really don't have many people showing up at their stadium.
So you're saying they're like White Sox fans?
No, they go to the stadium a little bit more than the White Sox fans.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, Salt Lake. I think that's a good move.
I think it's going to do well there. You got a big. I mean, you got to think about it. It's a cold weather city. You've got the mountains. You had the Olympics there.
Then they're going to play where the Jazz play.
Yeah,
the first couple years, and they got to build their own.
Yeah, but it's a big enough. It's a big enough arena to hold a hockey fan base.
And I think the owner owns both. The owner of the Jazz owns the fucking hockey team too. And that dude is he seems like a pretty damn cool guy. He has a big vision for this fucking whole complex. Basically, he's going to build like a big, huge sports complex somewhere, down in the fucking mountains. But yeah, he seems to be a go-getter. So yeah, I guess we want to get baseball down there too. We're trying to get baseball down there at least.
I'm happy
for the A's.
I'm happy for the city of Salt Lake. I mean, it's a beautiful city. You got a beautiful scenery, and they showed that when they had the limelight with them, when they had the Olympics, people came. People still will come. I mean, it's a ski area. People ski there all the time. So I think it's good. I think it's going to strive there. I think it's going to open up the possibilities of bringing in an MLB team or maybe an NFL team. But yeah,
you said NFL. Ooh,
that's what I'm saying.
Baseball before NFL.
Oh yeah, it's going to be tough for the NFL to expand again. To be honest with you, they're having quarterback issues. They have a quarterback. You got to have. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say Roger Goodell is just jonesing to have a few more teams. He's been dying to get a team in London. He's working hard to get a NFL team in London, which that's going to fuck with a lot of people's schedules if that happens. But if you put a team in London, you got to put another team to make it fair on both sides. So why not a Salt Lake City team?
No.
I think you'd have to have two European teams. I don't think you could do expanding one internationally and one nationally. That's really not fair for the one team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with Max.
Yeah, logistically, I don't see how they make it. I don't see how they make it happen.
That's why I think they're hitting Germany a lot more lately.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Germany loves the NFL.
They love football. Yeah, that would be a fun place to play at.
Because instead of going, a team going for 1 week, hey, you're going for 2 weeks. You're going to play in London, then you're going to play Germany. Then you can come back, have your bye week, get caught up. They would definitely, I think they would have to have like long homestands and long road games.
Yeah.
And
it'd be like 50-50.
4 in a row. I don't know about 8 in a row. That's a lot.
Oh yeah.
But Salt Lake City, like you said, Jeff, it's a great city. I loved going through it the times I've gone through it. I think Salt Lake City is probably a more viable option to support things than the city of Portland. I don't see Portland supporting a baseball team, hockey team. I'm surprised they support the basketball team, especially
And the
now.
Timbers. Can't forget about them.
See, Portland to me reminds Portland, even though
Timbers.
it's a big city, they remind me of a college town.
Yeah,
It's very liberal. Yes, very liberal. Let people sleep on the streets. You know, that's how they do it. It's worse in Seattle.
Now Seattle getting they got their
Seattle's horrible. Seattle's getting bad, bro. It's really bad.
Well, I mean, getting the Kraken, I think them getting an NBA team is deserved.
Yeah, and that'll have to be something that'll have to be discussed as well. If we get an NBA team back, do we get our lineage back that got stolen from us to Oklahoma City?
I don't think
what's gonna happen with that. Yeah, they did. They tried to fucking. I think they have. They have put a stock number on the rafters there. I'm pretty sure.
Well, if
I
Seattle gets
one, go get fucked. I know that.
If Seattle gets an expansion NBA team, watch out if an Oklahoma guy buys them again.
Yeah, that motherfucker. Fuck him and Howard Schultz.
Yeah. All right.
That's what's going up here next is fuck Howard Schultz. Yep.
Well, we'll stick with a little bit of basketball. Oh, this came up huge with their draft, which, by the way, the WNBA draft was like the highest rated draft they've ever had.
Well, yeah, you knew that was going
to get canceled.
You know, even dumbass Biden had to get in saying the women deserve more pay. I don't think he realizes how these things work. I mean, you think the guys give the women more?
Revenue in, we pay the bills, then we try to pay the players. That's the way it works.
The thing about it is you have games where the WNBA doesn't draw a whole lot of people. You're going to get a packed house with the NBA sponsorships. The NBA has been going on for how many years? It is worldwide. The WNBA is rather newer. You know, I think if you got more superstars and you start filling up the stadium, maybe more sponsors, then you pay the players higher. But without the sponsorship, without the big TV deals, I mean, you never really see WNBA games on TNT or TBS or ESPN. Occasionally on ESPN, but they just don't have they don't have the sponsorships. They don't have the TV deal like the NBA does to warrant that kind of money.
And the NBA, you know, look how much money they're subsidizing to them. I mean, they can't be making much because the WNBA doesn't draw dick. You know, if they want the women to get paid more, you know, maybe the women should show up and support their sex there. I mean, when you have 2,000 fans in a stadium, you know, they're lucky they're getting paid what they're getting paid, honestly.
Do they even have a salary cap? Like, what is the structure? I have no idea.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Maybe they all get paid.
Let me see. No, I don't know. Because, no, they were talking Caitlin Clark is supposed to come in and be like the second highest paid, like, as soon as she comes in.
You know, they'll get their money on their endorsements and, you know, outside deals, but that's how a lot of the other leagues started paying. You don't make money, you can't spend money.
Right.
And like I said, I don't see the NBA guys saying, you know what? I know I score 10 points a game. I sit every other game. I make $30 million a year, but I'm not giving you half my salary.
Okay, so does WNBA make money? The WNBA, by contrast, was launched in 1996, and as far as smaller, generating as much as $200 million in revenue annually.
They make $200 million?
As a league, that's what it's saying.
Doesn't LeBron James make that in like 2 seasons?
Maybe with
Probably. I don't know how much LeBron makes.
Well, that's just the revenue. Now you got to look at everyone they got to pay. You got what, 10 coaches on a team? Shoot, I don't even think they were getting charter flights for the longest time.
Okay, so the NBA owns half of the WNBA.
Yeah,
so
I knew they owned a part of it.
Right. So, like you were saying before, they're subsidizing literally 50% of the league.
You know, and I knew they'd been around a while. Just, you know, wasn't super popular, but you know, the NBA did it so females could play basketball. You know, they make more money when they go overseas. I mean, just ask Brittany Griner.
Right.
I mean, she made so much money over there in Russia, she decided to go anyway after they said, no, don't go.
Yeah.
And
I wonder if she'll go again.
Like, clean your bag out before you go, too.
Yeah. Hey, this time, leave the weed home.
Right, leave it at home. You can't bring the vape with you.
Yeah.
I'll say, why bring weed when you got the Russian gas there? You don't need weed for that shit.
Yeah, the Russian. I've heard about that. So that's a true story, huh? The Russian gas.
Yeah. They were given.
I've heard about that shit.
The hockey players in the KHL, they were given Russian gas during intermission. It's insane.
Yeah, I've heard about the Russian gas, man. I heard that shit's fucking crazy. Yeah, I've heard that whole story about that crazy Russian hockey trip or whatever.
Oh yeah. And the thing about it is they pay really well to those players. That's why there's a lot of former NHL players who are older and can't play in the NHL anymore. They go KHL and they make a lot of money.
Did you see Yager played yesterday?
Yeah, I heard about that.
52, oldest player to do something. 52 years old. You know, then they threw in the whole Gordie Howe played at 69 for one shift. But yeah, played in the game yesterday or the day before over there. And I mean, the NHL and the NBA and the female players, I mean, when they go overseas, I mean, look at Stephon Starbury.
Oh yeah, he made a ton of money over in China or whatever.
Yeah, he wasn't that great here. He was okay. He goes over there and the dude's a stud, and he's making more than he ever was going to hear.
Kind of like Tuffy Rhodes.
Tuffy Rhodes, yeah.
4 home runs in one game. Thank you very much.
On season opener.
Yeah. And then he couldn't cut it here. I think he hit a total of 7 home runs in his entire MLB career.
Something like that. And wasn't he the one that crashed through the wall in Japan?
Yeah, and he was superstar every year in Japan. Mm-hmm. Home run records, you know, just insane numbers.
Bob Horner from the Braves back in the day went and played in China and in Japan and broke a bunch of records over there too, back in like the early 80s.
Yeah, and they make money over there.
They make a lot of money, yeah.
You know, I know there's Japanese hitters, a lot of them when they come over, they have a little easier time sometimes because their strike zone's smaller there. Kind of opens it up here.
Yes.
They got a little tighter eye and they're like, oh, all right, I can hit this one. Oh, shit, that one's a strike. Pitchers, I think, have the opposite. You know, they're good for a year or two, then they kind of lose it, but they're so old when they come over by rules. All right, that's enough on the females.
Oh wait, no, hold on. The salary cap.
Max wants to talk about the females more.
Of course, salary cap is $1.5 million. Is the salary cap in the WNBA?
Ooh,
so they're getting paid. That's just
sad.
100,000. Hey, that's still good money to play a game.
It is, but compared to all the other salary caps, that's
but they're not making money.
It's like just over $100,000 a player. If you average it out, everybody makes the same. It's like $100,000 a player.
That's decent money. It's not as much as the guys, but they're not making as much as the guys.
Right. Again, the NBA salary cap, and we know how fishy that one is, but their salary cap is $136 million. So
I don't know if this will work. Females, go support your team. I'm trying to talk into the microphone. Yeah. President, he just showed how smart he was. They need to get paid more. Anyway. MLB stuff. Jeff, we was talking a little bit. Cubs postponed yesterday. Today they came out 8-3 over the Marlins.
Should have been 8-1. They decided to just give you a few mercy runs to the Marlins in the ninth inning.
Oh, yeah, our bullpen.
Yep.
Was it Alzolay?
No. They left him in the bullpen. They're like, yeah, we're up 8-1. We're not gonna chance this. He might blow it.
The Tyone, his first game this year, seemed pretty solid. He actually pitched 5 innings.
He was good. Yeah, he got the win, and he was hitting his strike. He was hitting the zone, which was nice. Like I was telling you, 16 out of the 17 batters he faced, he had first pitch strikes on 16 of them.
Hopefully that's a better year this year for him.
I hope so.
Has there been any big baseball news?
I have some horrible baseball news.
What,
literally currently on the Mariners right now, there is 2 everyday players batting over 200. 2.
That's it?
Yes.
But they're still 9-9.
Rodriguez and France are the only guys. Oh no, excuse me. There's 3. Haniger is also. But literally everybody's in the hundreds. It's pathetic. Yeah, our pitching and our bullpen is amazing. But yeah, literally basically the whole team is under 200. We're flying through games here in Seattle. We're just killing it.
Well, hey, Yankees are still in first without Garrett. They're still playing solid. I know we're 3 weeks in. Maybe this is the 4th week.
Garrett's been playing toss about 60 feet. Supposed to go to 75 next week. He's supposed to be back maybe late May.
Maybe. Verlander was supposed to start today, too.
He did. He did start today.
How bad did he do?
Sorry. No, he did pretty well. I'm pulling it up right now. He's on my fantasy team. It's the only reason I know. I knew he was starting today. I was like, yeah.
Detroit's cooled off.
Yeah, big time.
Kansas City came from like a horrible opener, and I know it's the AL Central, but second place, same record as Baltimore. Actually, one more.
Verlander got the win. Gave up 2 runs, 4 hits, got 4 strikeouts in 6 innings. So
he's
not
42
bad.
wins shy of 300. We think he gets there?
Yeah. I think I think so. He'll probably get about 18 this year. Maybe another 18 next year. 17, 15. Should be close.
You're giving him a lot of wins. I'm saying he's going to pull a Moyer and pitch till he gets there.
That's what I'm thinking. He's going to try really hard to get to that 300 mark.
I mean, he's 43. Chances are he's the last one going to get that.
Yeah.
Probably in our lifetimes.
Right. With the way that they're changing up the game now. It's 6 innings. Your starter goes through the lineup twice, and then it's to the bullpen. You don't get to go through the lineup 3 times anymore.
I'm really shocked at the American League West, including the Houston Astros. What went wrong in Houston?
Verlander wasn't there.
That doesn't matter. He wasn't there half the year last year, too.
Well, they lost Correa as well, too.
Well, I'll tell you, the
and
biggest thing for the Astros, they lost Baker.
Altuve's getting old too.
Oh, that's right. Dusty's not there.
Oh, you're right. He's not. Where's he managing now?
The retirement home.
Oh, really? I thought I heard he was still managing somewhere. Wow,
No, he retired. He got a golden toothpick and
and a pair of black gloves.
He I mean that's a big difference. I mean,
that's true. I forgot about Dusty.
Altuve's getting old. A lot of their players are getting old, but Dusty wasn't a bad manager. A lot of people say, well, the managers in baseball, blah, 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 they don't do a whole lot. They do a little more than people think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
I mean, I could see a difference, from Grandpa Rossi over here to Council.
Council manages his team very well. He is good at changing the lineup to really favor the Cubs. I'm impressed, and I think he's only going to get better as the season progresses. And when they start getting players back from injury.
I was kind of shocked. He started Nico probably the first week or two, in the 7-hole. And Nico had a horrible start. He started batting him leadoff in 2-hole. I think Nico's up to 250 or something batting average now.
Yeah.
Just by giving the dude some more at-bats.
Yeah.
And Jeff, I know I texted you, and I was probably wrong about what's his nuts over at first base.
Michael Busch. Yeah, I was telling you, I'm impressed with this kid. You didn't like him too much.
No, Cooper either. I'm just But I also didn't realize that Busch was a rookie. I thought he was around a couple years.
No, he was a rookie. He only played a few games last year for the Dodgers. Problem with the Dodgers is they didn't have any spots for him. I mean, you're going to take a stacked roster. You really don't have much or room to put him. Can't really keep him in the minors any longer because he was definitely ready for the majors. So luckily for the Cubs, they got to fleece the Dodgers for a change.
So since we're on the Cubs,
everybody.
What do we think on Patrick Kid K Wisdom? Do they keep him? I don't know why he's still on the roster, in all honesty.
Well, he was in AAA, but they brought him up to kind of spark the team. I mean, he had runs last year where he was hitting everything. So I think what they're thinking is with all the injuries, they're bringing up somebody to help him out. Maybe that call-up will spark the offense because there's a lot of guys on the Cubs slumping too. Bellinger.
Yeah, he started off slow. He's kind of hitting a little more.
Well, he also had missed most of spring training.
That's true. Good old Boris.
We saw the home run
Boris agent fired him, the one that signed with the Diamondbacks. He said, "Bye-bye, Scotty. Beam you out." And you're right. Houston is worse than Oakland right now.
Yep.
Oakland's a dumpster fire.
Not as bad as the White Sox. Well,
and the White Sox are last.
White Sox are the worst team in Major League Baseball, I think.
No.
Unless the Marlins have 2 wins.
Marlins and Rockies have 4.
Yeah, the White Sox have 3.
Oh, that is a 3, not a 5. My bad. I thought it was a 5.
No. You give them 2 games, 2 credits. 3 and 16. That is they said they had like 3,000 people at the game yesterday. I would say 300 people. It looked like a COVID stadium at Comiskey.
Well, I don't know if they still count this, but doesn't the American League count actual ticket sales while the National League used to count people through the turnstiles?
Oh, I don't know.
They might have sold 3,000 tickets.
There was definitely not 3,000 people in the stands, though, as they were saying.
Yeah, that's why when people are asking how many games did you go to, more for the White Sox or more for the Cubs? I was like, White Sox by far. I said, but none since the white flag trade, because you could get the tickets easy and cheap.
There's games that are going on for the White Sox. They have dollar seats. You can buy seats to watch that game for $1.
I'll buy that for $1. Well, not from Reinsdorf. Nope, not since the white flag sale. Let's see. Atlanta's off hot. Phillies turned around.
I knew the Phillies were going to turn around. They always kind of start out slow and then just everybody starts gelling.
Max was dogging Seattle, but they're only a game out.
They're only a game. Well, they're 9-10. They're below 500.
Well, they're a game out of the Rangers. I'm shocked the Rangers are 11-10. I know they're trying to ride their hurt pitchers till around All-Star break, and it might work for them as bad as the rest of that division is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still surprised at the Guardians, even without what's his face pitching Tommy John surgery. They're still holding it together. Cleveland's one of those teams that they might have like a few off years, but they always seem to be towards the top of that division.
Yeah.
Ooh, the Guardians.
The Indians.
Oh, the Indians. Yes, yeah. Indians. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, did you hear that they're going to go back and they're having to edit the movie Major League?
No, they're not
changing all the
front door.
They can't do that.
No way.
I'm just messing with you guys. Oh, I
was going to say, dude, no way.
Let's try to see what kind of news. New York Mets City Connect uniforms. I'm looking at that and no.
I haven't seen the Mets.
I don't. It's just
I
NYC.
like the Boston one.
I'm not really big on the City Connect uniforms. I thought maybe it would have been cool for like 1 year and then you just go back to having
a new City Connect next year. Right.
Who we got for home run leaders?
I know Trout's got 7.
Yeah, he's up there.
Oh, he's got 80. He hit another one today then.
Yeah, him and Ozuna got 8. Whoever this O'Neill guy, Titus O'Neill, maybe? I don't know.
He's on the Boston.
Tyler O'Neill.
Yeah, Boston, Tyler O'Neill. Yeah.
He's on O'Neill, yeah. Canadian kid.
Mookie's got 6.
Yeah, he's on my fantasy team as well.
Hell, you were talking about Altuve being old. He's batting 376 right now. It's still early. Mookie's right below him.
Yeah, Mookie Betts is killing the ball.
Huh?
Mookie Betts has been murdering the ball. He's been playing good baseball.
RBIs, Ozuna's up there. Let's see. Stolen bases. Wow.
Yeah, but there's been some superstars that are really starting slow.
Too early for wins in baseball. Let's see. ERA. Some people I've never really heard of. You got 1, 2, 3 people with below 1 ERAs.
It's still early though. I don't really count. I don't look at your ERA until after the All-Star break.
Hell, they got the Yankees have 8 saves already. They must be in some close ones. Dang. There's really not much else. I know Jeff and I can talk Cubs. I mean, they went on the West Coast, actually had a decent trip.
Yeah, you guys came up here, beat our ass.
5-4. I was not expecting that West Coast road trip.
Maybe Council's helping them with that. I mean, breaking 40 years of West Coast shit.
Every year. I was expecting 3-6 at the best.
Oh, we got a comment. I wonder if this is from Shin Lin again.
Probably. It's our boy. He's always meow.
Okay.
That's a new one.
Yeah. Well, let's go see who put that. I gotta go to the Facebook group, see who did that. That doesn't make sense. Oh, Justin McCloskey. Well, if you're watching McCloskey, what the hell are you talking about? All right. Any other baseball type news or anything? Max, anything else for the Mariners?
No. We have 4 guys that are over 200. One of them's at 208. So he'll probably dip below 200 today. Julio Rodriguez, no home runs yet. None. It's horrible. Started off slow last year, too.
Well, good thing you guys, don't play in a dome or anything where it's a little more controlled.
Jimmy Moore could have pitched forever. He's been great. Him and Randy Johnson. He was on Pat McAfee this week talking about killing the bird. It's pretty funny.
His cat walked across the keyboard. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, that might happen.
Yep. So P. Rose was asked by the interviewer if he thinks he could bat in this day and age, or like now, if he was a bat now, how he would do.
You mean like at 81 years old?
Yeah, that's what Pete said. He's like, I don't know, probably about 250. And the guy's like, wow, you get 250 back there? He's like, oh, no, I was talking about right now. I could probably go ahead and 250 of these guys. Kid Pete. He's awesome.
I just want to see him slide at third base at 81 years old.
He'd fall apart.
I don't know. He'd probably be wearing that Depends. He land on that seat, have a little extra slidey cushion. He's about the new controversy on the Tommy John surgeries, how the pitch clock is blamed for this, according to the DPA.
Definitely not the pitch clock that's doing this.
Nope, I don't think so.
No, I heard John Smoltz say something about this the other day, that it's not the pitch clock. It's just these kids are being told to throw the hardest and get these revolutions or whatever. They're throwing their arms out before they're even getting into the league, because it's all about speed. If you don't hit 90s in high school, you're nothing now. There's no chance for you to make it to the show. If these guys are beating their arms up doing it.
I wrote a good article on, I forgot who was doing the interview, but basically he was saying that the way they're teaching, they called it the Mark Pryor effect, that inverted W looking thing that when they're pitching, that's actually messing with the tendons in the elbow.
Are you talking the Mark Pryor deal?
Yeah, there's a whole article, but it was it started with Mark Pryor and how they were different pitching coaches were getting their prospects and younger players to pitch like him. And they called it the inverted W because the way they had their arms and their head, it looked like a W when they were pitching.
I remember that when Mark Pryor was pitching with all the injuries, and they were saying that then. When you look at high school Tommy John surgeries and college Tommy John surgeries, they're all on the rise without pitch clocks.
Well, we'll see what happens with Ohtani. You know what I mean? If he can come back and pitch, that's going to say something, because he just had his second Tommy John.
Well, why can't you just keep having him?
Right. I think that's what they're going to prove. It's just this is fixable.
Not
a big deal.
You got the, hey, let's throw hard, and the spin rate. I got to have the spin rate. Why can't pitchers just pitch now? Don't pitch to strike out. I mean, the best inning you could have is throwing 3 pitches.
Uh-huh.
Yep. The immaculate inning.
Yeah. I mean, take your 3 pitches, get your 3 outs. I mean, look at Greg Maddux.
That's what I was just about to say, talking about Greg Maddux last week. 76 pitch freaking complete game.
Yeah, I mean, then you don't have to throw hard. Look at Jamie Moyer and Greg Maddux.
And Kyle Hendricks when he was in his prime.
I don't even want to talk about Hendricks right now. His ERA is what, 15?
It's not good, I'll tell you that.
He's allowing like 7 runs a game, and he's not even pitching 3 to 4 innings.
No.
I mean,
a lot of batting practice pitching.
He is. When we were at the Texas game, I mean, it's just like there's a matzo ball right there. You know, it's like he can't even go through the second time through the order. He gets that second time, and they're like gone. Nothing else, nothing whatever else. We're getting closer to the Tyson Jake Paul fight.
When is that?
I thought they canceled that. I heard it got canceled.
Really?
Yeah. Wasn't Garcia supposed to fight this weekend? Oh, you talk about fighting. Did you guys watch UFC last weekend?
No.
Oh,
Was that a card show?
2 knockouts last. Okay, so first one, Max Holloway is fighting Justin Gaethje, and Holloway's winning the fight, but with like 10 seconds to go, he walks to the middle of the ring, points to the middle of the ring, and him and Gaethje fucking just go at it. And he fucking knocked him out with like 2 seconds left. Amazing. Then on the next fight,
I was watching highlights of that one. I saw a little bit of that.
So the other one, guy gets hit in the nuts, right? The ref sees him get hit in the nuts. The ref comes over there. He fucking pushes the ref away and goes right up there and fucking knocks the guy out.
Well, yeah, he got hit in the nuts.
Coldest shit ever. Coldest. Oh my gosh. So
it's
yeah,
like
there's some fighting stuff for
I'm
you.
gonna knock your ass out.
Yeah, ask Alex Pereira, dude. That guy is a fucking monster.
July 20th, still Jake Paul, Mike Tyson.
So it's coming. It's a ways away.
Wonder what tickets are going to be like.
Expensive.
Go get that standing
No,
room only.
it's going to be in Dallas. They're not going to sell out the fucking Dallas. There's no way.
You don't think so?
Oh, I think it's going to be completely sold out. People are going to want to go see Tyson fight.
Of course. I don't know.
Facebook user, yes, I did. Let's see who that is. It's probably McCloskey again. Yeah, it's McCloskey. You sure you watched the McCloskey and not your cat? Anything else, guys? What else you guys got? Max, you always got.
Well, we got the all-time teams, but I mean we're gonna say that for Sunday, I assume.
Well, actually, the draft is Thursday. We'll probably be covering draft Thursday or Sunday. You want to talk about some all-time teams? I do a little bit.
Well,
I'll tell you. Right.
Well, I mean, I was just I got to run to the store real quick, but give me 15 minutes. You guys take a little break. I'll be back on.
You down for that, Jeff?
I'm going to pass. I gotta get up early tomorrow. I got an appointment to take my car to the dealership at 9, so I gotta get my happy ass up early.
Gotta do adult shit. Good job.
Way to adult, Jeff. Way to adult. All right. Well, I guess we'll call this one for the night.
Rendezvous in 2 days.
Rendezvous in 2 days. Max, if you want to jump on and talk football positions, I'll just tell you right now, my defense is 85 Bears. So
yeah, I had a lot more Seahawks than I wanted to.
85 Bears.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'll hit you up when I get back.
All right. Well, I guess to the
all right, Jeff. Have a good weekend. See you in 2 days.
Sounds good.
Hey, don't forget, chat on later, player.
Hey, be a friend, tell a friend.
Be a friend, tell a friend. Tell a friend what?